It was just getting insane. I'm always looking at ideas and inspiration. Thumbnails matter on shorts as well.
What is the most money you've made on a single video?
Probably close to $1 million.
Wow.
If you get 1 million views in your first video, I consider that unlucky because it's not going to teach you the grind and hustle.
Your most successful short, how many views is it?
I think it's 200 million.
Is it about mindset then?
If that's not all you want to do, then I don't know if it's the right career path for you. Otherwise, how will you get to the top?
Driven.
Hi guys, welcome to Driven, and today we have one of the most famous YouTubers of all times, and he's also been featured in Forbes top creator list. Thank you, Ian, for coming on our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We're super excited to have you and dive into your journey today. Before that, we do a joyride in the mystery car that's behind us. But before we make you pull the curtain, do you want to guess which car is this?
Which car?
Yes.
Ooh, I know my friend was here. My friend Steven, he was here the other day, and it was McLaren, right?
It was McLaren.
But
But we do change cars just for a hint.
I want to say it's also a McLaren. I love McLarens. So
I know it's one of your favorite cars, but unfortunately we don't have the same car every day.
Alright.
Yeah, we try to change it.
I don't know which car it is then. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, so let's see which car it is. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Driving for the best, turning hobby to success. It's the
Driven.
Oh wow. This
It's
is so
a
pretty.
911 Turbo S. Sorry, not a McLaren, but next season.
It's all right. This is so cool. I don't have a Porsche, so this is really cool. I was almost thinking about getting a Porsche before getting a Tesla. So
All right,
it's
maybe
really
this
cool.
is your test ride
Maybe
to
it's
see
mine.
if you
Maybe
want
it's
to
telling
change
me to
that
get one.
Tesla.
Nice.
Are
This
you
is so pretty.
excited to
I'm
drive
very
it?
excited. Very excited.
All right, here is your key.
Awesome.
Hopefully keep my life safe
Yes,
with
I
you.
will do my best to drive safely.
Okay,
All right. Let's start the engine.
let's see how it sounds.
Should I put my foot on?
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, I
And
like the
the
screen.
steering wheel
It's
comes
kinda
down.
Nice. Okay,
Sick. Oh, we're moving.
we're moving.
Oh my gosh, we're moving. I don't want to hit the cameraman. Luckily, you guys have insurance, right? I hope.
All right, so tell me, what is the coolest thing about being a YouTuber?
The coolest thing about being a YouTuber is waking up and being able to do whatever you want to do. That's the coolest thing.
I
think.
totally agree.
And making money doing it. Like, what else? What other jobs?
Not in money, a lot of money.
A lot of money. It's like not
lot of
just money, but a lot of money. Yeah.
Way more money than most people, yeah.
It comes at a cost, and that cost is devoting your entire life to it.
Right.
Which, if you have other things you want to do, like I do, beyond YouTube, you have to do so. You basically don't sleep because you're just constantly doing work. Like last night, I didn't really sleep because I'm working on like 2 other things aside from YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat, Facebook, and what's the other one? TikTok. And so it's a lot. It's a lot. I was thinking about like why I was so burnt out last year, and I realized like when you're a YouTuber or a content creator in general, like if you work a 9 to 5, you're working from 9 to 5. But if you're a YouTuber or a content creator, you do love what you do and you get the choice to do whatever you want to do, but you're working 24/7.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the gym, that's work because you're working on your body for
Right.
to look good or like feel good while you work. And then you either script for like 3 to 4 hours or like an hour a day, and then you film. And if you're editing your own videos, you're editing. And if you're not editing your own videos, working on business stuff. So I don't know, it's constant. It's constant work. But if you love it, then like it doesn't feel like work.
Of course. And being a YouTuber is like, I always say this, it's like owning a startup or a multinational company, because there's so much that actually goes into being a YouTuber, where we were just talking about this in the podcast studio, where it's like you need so many people.
Yeah.
Such a big team, like
Yeah.
everything has to be working, from every camera to every audio to, and then you have to script, and then you have to, one thing is just production, and the second thing is actually making it work and knowing your audience, what will work.
Yeah.
There's so much work, so I can understand you're always consumed. Like, how much are you thinking about content? Is it like all day, every day? Do you not take any breaks? Like,
It
how does
is
it work?
all day, every day, but I also eventually want to, like my ultimate goal, my like magnum opus is basically I want to become the next Stan Lee. So by like one person I want to have dinner with, dead or alive, my answer is always Stan Lee, because I just want to like of course everyone knows how he did it and what he did, but I just like to sit down with him and just ask him like personally, like what his biggest challenge was in making Marvel the biggest superhero name. I have this series called the Superpower Pill series where every day I get a new superpower, and I would voice out all the characters, I would do all my VFX and edit it, and that was my first series where like every single video in the first week I posted twice a day, and every single video, I think on every platform, got over 10 million views.
Wow.
And over 1 million likes. And for a bit of time, that caused me to become one of the fastest scoring creators, if not the fastest, on TikTok for a little while. And then on YouTube, and then on Instagram too. So that just kind of grew everything. Before that, I was doing anime type content, teaching Japanese in a funny way. If you've seen those videos where like people are teaching languages in a funny way, like a skate kind of way, I was one of the first people to start doing that, especially with Japanese. And now when you go on Instagram, there's like any social media, there's so many people doing that with every single language. And luckily I started doing it because I came to a point where I realized like, do I really want to be a language teacher, or what am I in LA for? What do I want to do? And what I really want to do is act and create stories and build worlds. And so the moment I decided to stop doing this Japanese stuff and just really be myself and like try to create worlds and characters and like be myself, that was when stuff started to like really go off, and videos started hitting millions and millions of views on every single one that I posted. So
Wow.
yeah, but it was after a year of posting every single day, multiple times a day, that finally happened, because I think it takes a little bit of time to really understand what people want and figure out how giving people what they want aligns with your own goals.
Right.
It's a give and take always. If you get 1 million views in your first video, I consider that unlucky, because it's not going to teach you the grind and hustle and like the dedication it's going to take to really build an empire, if that's what you want.
Yeah, no, that's actually, that is such a great thing to say, that you're so right. If you hit the jackpot, is actually you're unlucky because you didn't learn anything.
There's so many people posting like millions of videos, or not millions, like 10 videos a day. Like if you scroll through shorts on YouTube, you'll see that there's like a bunch of kids just posting like over 10 videos a day.
Right.
And that is really cool, but in essence, like these platforms are kind of becoming so easy to post on, and so easy to like lip sync over a video, or like you on Instagram, like just posting a viral video just because if something's relatable, people are going to like it and share it, and it's going to go viral. But if you're doing that just to do it, that's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to build an empire, you have to understand how to like niche in and build a community around something that you love as well.
Right.
Which
is super important, to build a community, to actually be able to connect with your audience, because rightly said, like everyone's just posting stuff and copying, pasting, a lot of it is going viral.
Yeah.
But they're not building that emotional connect with their audience. So
every creator does it, but it's about like how you do it.
how you do it.
And how you make it your own, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is your most favorite video ever?
That I made?
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many times I posted on my story being like, this is my favorite video I've ever made. Yeah, it would have to be my first video. That was my like first completely original video to get over 1 million likes on both TikTok and YouTube. And it was the moment where I decided, you know what, screw this. I don't want to, like, I'm making videos I don't really care too much about right now. I just want to make this, which is like building a world. And there was a comment, it was when that new feature on TikTok came around where it's like you finally reply to comments of the video, and someone had left the comment saying you should make your own anime. Our following in total is at pretty much 40 million right now. I made a screenplay that's like a completely original screenplay. I wrote it 2 years ago now, and it didn't tie to anything that's really within my like content, and so that's going to take a little more time to build to. But right now, I realize, like, if I'm gonna make an anime or like my original IP franchise, I gotta start with something that's already been fleshed out and built. And so, and it's gotta be this. One of my favorite videos I've ever made, probably the favorite, is the one where I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna be myself and make this video idea, which is basically me replying to a comment with a video that said, you should make your own anime. The comment said you should make your own anime. So I read that in the video, I was like, you should make your own anime. Okay, how about this? And so I wrote out like an anime idea within, I think, like 5 minutes.
Wow.
read it out like as if I was reading from a book that I wrote, and put a lot of really cool cinematic B-roll over it because I was a photographer, videographer back then before I started doing social media. But yeah, it would have to be that video where like I made an anime idea and I didn't expect it to do well whatsoever, but I was completely myself, I was completely original, and I wrote down this crazy idea. And then I remember checking my phone, like I had a rule where I couldn't check my phone after 2 hours of posting it at that time. Now it's like a whole day. But like I did that, and I remember checking it in line at the store afterwards, and I was like, wait, they had to like refresh my vision, and I was like, did this video really get 100K likes and 1 million views within like 2 hours of me posting it? I think it was an hour actually. And I was like, how is that even possible? Like it's a Thursday. Like what? This is so weird. And then I checked it and I was like, this is real. And then from that moment on, it was the first time in my life where like every video I posted after that got a couple million views. And then it went to every single video. I was posting 2 times a day at that point. And then it went to 10 million, 20 million, whatever amount of views, every single video for like a good 3 to 6 months. And then of course I had to like evolve and start doing more videos. And then my YouTube turned into more skits, and then Instagram went to more of a iPhone recording kind of direction.
Right.
And
Interesting.
Yeah, but
so basically listen to your audience.
exactly, listen to your audience, but also like throw yourself into it. Like
Yeah.
they follow you for a reason, and that reason is you.
Right.
So whatever that reason is, like whatever you are, be that, and be the reason they follow you.
Absolutely.
But in a way where it's still true to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was amazing, and I did see that transition, pretty huge
Oh.
numbers.
Thanks. Yeah.
Who are your favorite creators? Like you get inspired from?
Who you had yesterday? One of my good friends, Stephen He.
Oh.
One of my probably closest friends in LA. We've been friends for ever since we both moved to LA.
I think we're almost here. So for my last question, if someone gave you $100 million to just create one single video, I know now you're gonna say,
I would make a super badass, like incredible. I would spend $10 million to make the best anime anyone's ever seen. I would spend $50 million to make the best superhero movie anyone's ever seen, and then I would use the rest on marketing.
yeah, good,
Probably, yeah.
good plans.
Yeah.
I'm
And then the money I
excited
make
to
from
watch
that, I build a franchise. So yeah.
Please, someone give him $100 million.
Please someone give me
so
$100
we
million.
can watch
If you
this
give me $100 million,
amazing content.
you will not regret it. I'm being so real. Like you would not regret it if you give me $100 million. I'm not kidding you.
Any investors hearing this right now?
No doubt. Oh my God.
All right, I guess we're back to the studio.
Let's go.
Now we have some real serious question for you. I know you felt
real
like this is not a joyride, it is opposite.
It's okay. Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
No scratches, nothing. The car came in perfect condition. Why did we take insurance, Ian?
I don't know.
We didn't need it.
Safety needs. There we go.
When we come here,
Sick.
we got some superpowers too.
Nice. Okay. I see you.
We have some banger.
Nice.
All right, that's Brian.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Let's take a quick second and thank our sponsor, FunMates. If you're a creator looking to grow your YouTube channel faster, FunMates provide flexible capital designed just for you. Whether you want to scale your content, hire a team, invest in bigger production, they make it possible. So check out funmates.com today and get your funding in just 24 hours.
Ian, welcome to the Driven Podcast. Thank you for being here.
I've been doing this like the entire time.
Love
I'm
that.
stoked to be here. Let's go.
We're stoked to have you.
Yeah.
One question we'd like to ask is, when did YouTube actually start to feel like a business for you rather than maybe just something you were doing or an experiment?
Yeah, I would say when I started making over 100K a month, I was like,
Okay.
this is definitely like nothing I ever imagined happening in my entire life. Like what? And I was still pretty young at the time. I think I was like 21 or 22. And then I was like, okay, I need to start hiring out different positions. And I think the first person I got was a manager. And that was when things started to really like feel like a business because I had someone handling my emails. I was doing just a lot more on my plate.
So that 100K mark was do you feel like that was the single indicator where something clicked for you? Or was it something else?
That wasn't a single indicator. I remember I went full on in, because before I started doing social media, I was a full-time photographer, videographer. I didn't decide I'm going to stop doing photography and videography until social media started paying more. And that was at $5,000 a month. That was when I decided I'm going all in. It might seem like a lot to someone who's younger, like hearing this, but $5,000 goes super quick when you live in LA and
Yeah.
like with costs, and especially during COVID, and you have to like pay for food and all that kind of stuff. It goes by quick. So like when I moved to LA, I really had nothing to write on because I was going off like savings after paying off student loans. So it was really more of like okay, if I'm making $5,000 a month, I need to just make more next month and like light a fire under myself so that I have to like keep going, and I have no choice but to.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is going to feel a little bit like a pivot, but what's one of the biggest trade-offs you've had to make personally in building what you built?
Social life for sure. Like I feel like sometimes when I hang out with people, I'm so awkward because I don't know how to like. That's why I love acting classes, because I'm forced to be social and like learn how to be a human being again, because I love acting so much. I think anyone in the world should take an acting class at some point. But yeah, that's the trade-off. Like you are constantly working, and a lot of times you're working alone, if not with like a photographer or videographer, and it's hard to learn how to socialize in like, I guess, a more traditional job where you're constantly like with other people.
Yeah, and that's so true, because everyone thinks when you have millions of followers, they're like, oh, this person's around people all the time, but it's really isolating.
Yeah, it can be, depending on the kind of content you do. If you're like a live streamer and like you're streaming your entire life, like I show speed, then you're always going to be around people. But even that, like, I mean, you got to play a character like 24/7. I think he's being himself in most of his stuff, which I love him so much for. But that's a lot of work, you know, you're working 24/7. That's the same with any scripted kind of content too, like constantly thinking about it.
Awesome. So I want to hit reverse a little bit, because you talked about your manager a bit. Like, when did you get the manager? Like, how did you delegate? What did really took off your plate? And how did they actually help you in this journey?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that managers helped me with was, I guess, negotiating brand deals and just having that like separation between creator and business direct, because it kind of allows them to leverage the cost a little more, because it's more of like okay, this creator's serious. Like he's got a team. He's not just doing this all on his own. He's got people to feed and like take care of.
Totally.
So.
We like to call this, we're talking about team, kind of the team playbook section, where we really get to know how you think about team building. Double clicking for a second on the manager side. Did you interview multiple? Or
I would say, like, when you're looking for management, make sure that they're going to have your back no matter what, and make sure that it's someone that you can be friends with in real life, because at the end of the day, they're going to be with you through everything. You want someone who genuinely loves your content and loves what you make, because if not, then like what are they managing you for? That might just be money, and you don't want someone who's in it just for the money. You want someone who's in it for what you want to create, what your empire is going to be, whatever that is. And if you interview them, make sure they ask the right questions. For example, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you want to take your business? And make sure that they come with something that makes it so that you feel unique to them, opposed to like them needing a need to feel unique to you. Yeah.
Maybe more than just kind of babysitting an inbox.
For me, for example, I want someone who's going to help me become more of an actor, or help me produce like my own. I want to make a franchise someday, my own like anime, Marvel, my own version of Marvel, like an anime, like manga, live action kind of franchise. I need someone who's going to help me make that, opposed to just someone who's going to handle my inbox or bring me brand deals per se. But yeah, just basically making sure that your manager or agent is someone who is going to have your back no matter what and likes what you're doing.
Do you have both, a manager and an agent?
I don't have an agent for social media. And I haven't had one for a while, because I found that my management was able to handle being both an agent and a manager.
Are you like talking to your management like every day?
Almost every day.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you schedule meetings where you kind of go
talking
about
about brand deals and what we want to do next and that kind of stuff.
And they also help you with strategy, ideation, anything like that?
Sometimes, and I appreciate when they do come in with it. But for me, I think a lot of big YouTubers, for example, they kind of just already know what they want to make any given day and what they want to go in doing. So sometimes it's better to, depending on the creator, not come at them with a strategy, but instead like a suggestion of like, oh, this is trending today. You know, why not try this kind of thing? Yeah.
So like a subtle feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I like for.
Yeah, that's awesome. So manager was your first hire, and how long did it actually took you to get him on board?
The first manager I got, he was kind of like a pseudo manager for a bit, because we were friends. We both went to the same college. For some reason, I didn't want to do a brand deal until I got to a point where it was like, I think until I got to 3 million or close to 3 million, I was like, I'm not going to do a brand deal. Because my first brand deal, I did it when I was at like 300K, and it was like $200, and it was on TikTok, and like, I didn't know what I was doing, and it was like for an app. And I was like, and I saw like how it didn't do as well as other videos did. It still did pretty well at that time. It felt like at that time, because I was still new to it, it felt like I was like selling out or something, even though it was like $250 or whatever.
Right, because the audience might see it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so worried about, because when you first start out, you're just so worried about so many things. And then as you start to let go of so many things you're worried about, that's when you start to grow more, because you start being more of yourself on the platform. That's all people really want, to be honest with what you want and who you want to be and what you want to do. The same with acting, with any kind of career. And once I got to 1 million followers, I started doing my own outreach, getting some incoming that I responded to myself. And then that's when things started to take off. And I think it was when it was about, I think I got to like 11 million on TikTok, and then my YouTube was growing like significantly because of the
relationship there.
And me posting much more frequently on YouTube because the audience was being built. I think I got to around, I want to say 3 or 4 million on YouTube. That's when I hired a manager, because it was just getting insane. Like emails every day from like companies like, I can say like Netflix or like Hulu or like lots of different companies that I've always wanted to work with. So I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right and with people that I could trust. And the way I figured that out was by going to companies that my friends were already working with, that I made through social media.
Mm-hmm. And you started YouTube 13 years ago.
Yeah, my first videos, I was like playing with Legos and making little movies out of Legos. I think those didn't go on YouTube, but like I was making videos before even I made my channel 13 years ago. Like I always wanted to make a YouTube channel because I grew up watching Ryan Higa. If you guys are familiar with Ryan Higa, Smosh, this YouTuber called The Computer Nerd 01. I don't know if anybody's gonna know who that is, but
I haven't heard of that.
I hope people do know who that is, because he was like, if not Ryan Higa, I think this guy was more of one of my bigger inspirations, because he was like, I don't know if he was before Smosh, but he was like Smosh coded, but in a more like sporadic way than Smosh was. Loved his videos, Kev Jumba. I just grew up with it, so I always wanted to do it. And I grew up with movies, so I always wanted to act as well.
Oh, interesting. And did you do any hires where you were like, oh my God, I should have never hired this person?
No. I think
no regrets.
Nice.
No regrets. And of course, like everything's a learning experience. So even if like there's like certain times where like I'm like, oh man, this is a hard thing to go about. Like, how am I gonna navigate this conversation? Like, how do I do this? I don't regret it, because I learned so much from it.
What is the thing you have the toughest time delegating to your team?
Toughest time? I would say I need to get better at taking, not constructive criticism. I love constructive criticism. At taking ideas in from other people. Like, hey, you should try doing this or like this. When like there's a lot of creators, me included, who have had so many videos go viral off of their own original ideas and ideas inspired by other people, of course, as well. But when you have something like a series, for me, example, like I had a lot of POV series that were, or like certain videos I was spinning in the car that like just went viral from just me just thinking of it. And it's hard to take in ideas from people who are like, you should try this out, do this because that'll help get this or whatever. At the end of the day, like sometimes they might be right, sometimes they might be wrong. But and sometimes families are the ones that are like telling you that too. So it's even harder, because you're like, you grew up with them and they know you so well. That's what I need to get better at. I need to get better at taking in new ideas from people, because sometimes they are really great ideas. And
from what you're saying, I feel like we're doing more shorts than long form. So what is that system behind shorts that make it like so successful? You obviously have billions of views, millions of followers. So give us some tips for our subscribers.
It's fluctuated so much over the years. Like what would have gotten 50 million, 100 million views last year is not what's going to get 100 million views this year. There are some certain forms of evergreen content that do well. Like I've reposted some videos that have still gone viral today from like 3 years ago. But I think right now, because we're getting to an age where everyone has a phone, kids have phones with high quality cameras on them, teenagers, adults, every single person. So like you're seeing on Instagram, like there are so many videos just piled out onto the reels. On YouTube Shorts, there's so many videos of like kids who have nothing else to do in their day but make videos, posting like 12 videos a day. These companies have to figure out how they're going to pay all their like people creating on these systems now, because every single person is a creator. So how do you be a creator in a time where every single person is a creator? And so I think that's like where having a niche really helps you stand out. And that's why I'm really thankful that I created an audience based off of my voice and my face and me that no one can replicate, because there's only one me in this world. I think if building a business is something you want to do on social media and not just make videos for the sake of making videos and like going viral, then that's what you got to focus on, is like one, using your voice, because no one else is going to have your voice unless they completely mimic it. But even to that point, like no one's gonna, and AI is never going to be able to like completely replicate. Like if I pause here and here and go like that, AI is never going to be able to do that, because it's like it can study as much as it can, but it's never going to completely become you. And that's what's going to be unique about a creator versus like what an AI can do. AI is cool, but like, how are you going to separate yourself from it when it becomes super advanced? I see it kind of like as a test that everyone's becoming a creator right now, because there's so many videos being pushed out on TikTok too, like all the platforms, that like how you stand out is going to be with your voice, your personality. And I think more than voice, personality is the thing that separates.
For
people.
you personally in your business, is the revenue still worth it on shorts compared to the other stuff that you're doing?
I would say, yeah. I haven't been posting as many shorts as I have before, only for the reason that I've been so focused on trying to build out, I guess, more traditional media type of content. There was a really amazing conversation I had with the directors of Everything Ever All at Once and the producer. And they were telling me how like there's going to be a time where you're going to see the numbers dip and you're going to see like the monetization dip, because you're not going to be able to make and produce as much as you did on these platforms. And that's A-okay, because you can always go back to it. Like you put in the work to understand the system, and I definitely have put in the work to understand the system. And like I literally tested it yesterday. I posted a video where I was like, I know this is going to go viral, because I just, like, it's something I've done before, but I reworded it in a way where it's like, it's modern to today. And yeah, within a day, it got 1 million views. And I was like, okay, like I still understand the system. If you put in the work, you will understand the system.
Actually, I want to kind of go back to the last thing you were saying about having a burnout and kind of going back to creating content, because I think a lot of creators deal with this, where they're creating content for 10 years. They're like, oh my God, I cannot keep doing this every day. So you're saying you can take that break. And if you've learned enough, studied enough, did enough strategy, you could probably get back to. Talk us through your burnout phase.
I'm such a big like advocate for breaks, because whenever I come back from a break, I feel so much more refreshed. And oftentimes, the first video I post from a break goes viral, because I think, one, audiences do miss you when you leave for a bit. And also the algorithm kind of favors you, because it's only pushing the videos that did well for you. And so they've only been seeing those viral videos from before. And then two, you come back with so many fresh ideas and like a new perspective on life. That's why like I think everyone should travel more often and like experience new things. And Markiplier mentioned this in a video, but like he was talking about how burnout only exists, especially in creative fields, because in creative fields it exists because you're creating off of your own life and what you've gone through in your life. Like that's what being creative is. Like you're using your mind to create things. And when you give out too much of your life, that's when burnout happens, because you're running low on ideas. So you need to go live more life to come back with fresh opinions and more life to do things. Yeah. Shout out to Markiplier for saying that. But I agree with it. It's like, it's so like, yeah, why do I always come back feeling healthier and better from a break? It's because of that.
I saw you actually create some safe space for yourself to take a break in a post that you did on YouTube, but I just saw that you had written this comment out to your audience about, hey, I'm looking for, what do you guys want to see? You know?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
How have you found that like helps bring you energy when your audience gets back to you on that kind of thing? Because I haven't seen a lot of creators take the opportunity to do that.
Interactive with my followers, and like my friends who are also creators always say like, I like how you like do that with your creators. Like you talk about like, what do they like seeing you do and like all that kind of stuff, because I think at the end of the day, like, do what you want to do, but to an extent where it also works with what the audience follows you for, because without them, you're technically nothing. Like, they're the reason you have your career. So, like, my mom would always tell me this before, like, I even became a bigger creator. She was like, always thank your followers, because, you know, they're the reason you have your following. Like, they are your following, or fan base or community. And so, like, I try to do that, and I try to, like, talk and get their opinions as much as possible.
Does that come back with business impact, do you think?
I think it does. Yeah, I like to think it does. I believe it does. Why do franchises and like huge movie companies have test audiences that they test their movies with, or even their scripts with, before they even go into production? They want to know if it's going to do well, or if like the people are going to resonate with it and like it. I think of it in the same way, where it's like, but in a more personal way, where it's like, I genuinely, as a person and human being, want to know what you like as a human being, because That way we're both just two human beings.
Because
like,
I'm entertaining you. So
Yeah, exactly.
you should like it.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. If we break down like your most successful short, first tell us how many views is it?
The most like successful in terms of views, I think it's 200 million. At the same time, it's not a video that I'm necessarily like, that's my best video ever. The reason why things get 100 million views is because,
Yeah.
or like more than 100 million views, a lot of the time it's that no language barrier type videos that like, in order to reach that big of an audience, it's got to have no language barrier. Because
That's a
there's only
great
so many
point.
people in America or so many people who speak English. So, yeah.
Should we talk about entrepreneurial
Yeah.
habits and kind of systems?
Yeah,
little
absolutely.
bit?
I was just going to ask him, what are these metrics that, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, like the video wasn't like the best video ever, but it still got 200 million
Oh,
views.
yeah,
What are
yeah.
the metrics you're looking at when these things go viral? Like, how are you studying?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know specifically the number of how much those shorts made, but I'm willing to guess that the one that got 200 million, it might be close to 300 million. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm willing to guess that that one did not make as much as the one that that's the most viral that I'm also proud of. That's all me just speaking English, and it's part of my Superpower Pill series that I want to make an anime out of, because that one is entirely in English, and I'm assuming it's more of an American or UK or Australian, like one of those English speaking countries, more based audience where the RPM is higher. I think it's like, it all depends on what the creator wants. If they want to get hundreds of millions of views, which I know a lot of creators, that's all they want. And that's totally okay. Like, that's cool. But I personally want to use social media to help me start building out my franchise as like my
Like
launching
your
pad.
business.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're looking at these shorts, like, is there any like metrics like retention or RPM or click-through rates, maybe the video duration?
I think one of the reasons why longer shorts did so much better last year, like a 1 minute funny short that keeps you watching until the end would like instantly get 10 million or more views, was because that was focused on, like, they wanted people to stay on shorts longer. And I think they were also trying to bring long form viewers more into shorts, because inevitably shorts will help. Shorts gets more views than TikTok, I believe, per day. And so they're trying to bring more audiences into that. But nowadays, like, you'll see shorts that are just 5 seconds long getting hundreds
I
of
know,
millions of
millions
views.
of views.
And I'm like, whoa, when did that shift happen? So I've been like playing into that, just trying to learn more, and like I'll test out so many things.
Yeah, but I think you do have kind of a substantial revenue on shorts. So the strategy, what are the RPMs like, and what's like the most money you've made on shorts in a month?
I think the most amount of money I made from shorts in a month is probably around 80K.
Okay.
Wow, that's legit.
From shorts alone, I think it's
substantial
not
because
bad.
most creators don't get paid.
I think 2 years ago was when shorts first started making a little bit of money, but that was at like 1 billion views. So you gotta kind of do the conversions. But nowadays, I think they pay more on shorts.
I think it definitely has to do with where the ads are being served.
Yeah, exactly.
And where the
And,
shorts
like,
are being seen.
And I also think it's about like how YouTube wants to grow as a business as well. That's what I'm always trying to think about. Like, whatever platform I'm posting on, like, how is this business trying to grow, and how can I leverage that to my own ways too?
But RPM of long form is generally what, like, so how do you see like your long form versus short form like differently?
I see short form as like a easier way to keep my audience engaged and like constantly there, because I get to post every single day and make my audience happy doing it and do what I love every single day. Opposed to long form, I kind of got to flesh it out a little bit more and like script it a little bit more and think about how I'm going to make this a little more, and like how I want this to go viral, and like, is the thumbnail going to go viral? Like, cause that's the most important thing when it comes to long form. Yeah. And now shorts are getting to that point too, where like thumbnails matter on shorts as well.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah. Cause it's like you see it on the homepage, but most of the views do not come from the homepage. They do come from the feed.
I'd love to dive into a little of the kind of systems, playbooks, entrepreneurial habits that drive you and keep you going and help make things come to life. As your audience grew from kind of thousands to tens of millions, 1 billion views in 1 month, what's the kind of system and workflow that you use to keep that consistency, to keep that going?
It's changed over the years, because I think
walk us through that.
in the beginning, it's so fun and new. You can do it every day without even caring. And the more you start to make, the more you start to build, the more you start to understand what goes viral, the harder it gets. I think one, because more players are entering the game and you have to like differentiate yourself even more. At the same time, you got to deal with burnout because you've already made so many of these videos. So it's like, how do I do the same thing, but in a new enough way where I still enjoy doing it. And that was my biggest challenge this year, because it's been 4 years since I like went full on into social media, and that flew by like crazy.
Have the costs of production, as things have evolved over time, significantly changed?
If anything, I've noticed that like people nowadays enjoy me filming myself on my phone more than they do my camera. So it's actually technically gone down.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's interesting.
And I mean, have you had to be the manager when you're doing those? You know,
Yeah.
If you had to give yourself a title in your organization, what would the title be? What are your roles and responsibilities? Now, like
CEO.
CEO. He's
Yeah.
the CEO. Love it.
Yeah.
You're the key decision maker.
Yeah.
You know, you're the.
I mean, most of my videos I just film myself anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
I suppose so.
And when the team, what was the largest the team ever got?
I think I had 2 editors and then assistant, 2 managers, 1 agent, another manager.
Oh my God,
I guess
there's so many
that's-
managers.
And how? What was the size of the channel at that time? And how were you thinking about kind of investment then?
The channel was probably 14. Only reason I had the biggest was there was 2 managers for social media and then 1 manager for acting, 1 agent for acting. So they weren't actually part of the social media team. And then 2 editors, and that was just for long form. So that's the biggest I ever got.
Yeah.
Was like 4 people. Plus my assistant would have been 5.
If, you know, picture you're talking to somebody in our audience who's maybe got going a little bit or is thinking about getting going and really kind of going all in, making this a business. What kind of system or process do you think would get them going on the right foot? What would you do if you were starting your channel for the first time now?
I mean, I would do the same exact thing I did before. It's just like post as much as you humanly can.
So stay disciplined on post schedule.
Exactly. I mean, like I saw a video recently. I have a phone with social media and a phone without social media, and I use the phone without social media whenever I go to the gym or like leave my house because I don't want to be constantly on it. And like, because I'm always looking at like ideas and inspiration. I'm like, how can I like make this my own way? Whenever I scroll through Reels or TikTok or whatever, I watch movies the same way and anime the same way.
Well, so is it about mindset then?
It's
channels
about
getting
mindset
going, what
because
should they
like
be doing?
because you need to be so obsessed with it to the point where all you want to do is that. And if that's not all you want to do, then I don't know if it's the right career path for you, to be completely honest, because what you want to do should be all you want to think about. Otherwise, how will you get to the top of the game? Like,
Absolutely.
or be one of the top.
Yeah.
Because
You have to live,
like
breathe the whole thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like I'm like I think I speak for all creators when it's all you think about. You're constantly thinking about, I wake up at like 3 a.m. from a dream where I'm like, oh my God, that would be a great movie or a video. And like,
And you're like
I have
typing
to-
it in
I have
your
to put it in my notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know much about music, but I'm learning Ableton Live right now because I know eventually like that's going to come into play. And I want to make music. So I'll like wake up with like an amazing beat that I heard in my head that I'm like, oh my God, I need to turn that into a song someday. So I just record a voice memo. I don't want to sing because I'm not that good right now, but like I want to like turn that into an actual song someday. So I just save it in my voice memos.
One theme that I think we've heard from our guests, I think a truth is that this is not easy.
Nah.
And from the guests that we've had on the show, they've had a lot of success, and commitment to bordering on obsession has been a really key theme. Would you say that that's true about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I wasn't obsessed, I wouldn't have made 10 videos a day while I was still in college and I was still doing photography full time. So yeah.
Before we continue, we want to give a quick shout out to our media partners, Creator Land and Creator Logic, and our car partner, Drive LA. Well, this is our most favorite question of the podcast, but if you were the CEO of YouTube for 1 year,
For 1 year.
what would you change?
1 year specifically. What would I change?
1 month, whatever. Like, what would you change?
I would stop giving money to everyone. I would.
Okay.
All
right. Controversial. I like it.
I would, because like there is so many videos being pumped out there, like into the YouTube algorithm right now. And I genuinely believe a lot of it is because people just want to get viral to like get that AdSense. And I don't think that cultivates creativity. It might be good for business and for views, but I think if you want to cultivate a platform of creativity and creators who are going to make great content and be the next like Steven Spielberg or like these huge directors or from, you know, the past, even this generation, then you need to cultivate creativity, and you have to incentivize people who are actually creating like really great content and going viral for perhaps like the right reasons of entertaining or whatever the community might need or want. I think they implemented something recently that was kind of like that, where it's like putting a stop to like incentivizing
AI.
like
The
blasted
slop stuff.
AI kind
Yeah.
of like content, which I was like, yeah, that should have been done from the start.
I want to pose a question as a follow-up to that. So for a creator who suddenly gets access to capital, maybe it's you, maybe it's a pseudo person, they get handed $100,000. You know, what do you think that they should invest that in? And then maybe after, what would you invest it in?
100,000, I would say invest it into whatever is going to keep your career going, whether that be more videos, better videos, travel so you feel more like yourself again, and then come back with making more better stuff of what you were already doing. Just invest it into whatever's going to help you keep going and live a happier life, because the happier you are, the better content you're going to make. And the more people are going to gravitate towards you.
All right, let's move towards some money milestones. Shift gears a little, and I want to ask you, what is the most money you've made on a single video?
On a single video?
Or in a single month? That could include all your brand deals
In
and
a single month.
the peak of your career.
I want to say in a single month, probably close to $1 million. It had to have been last year.
Can you
or the
break
year
down
before.
like what, how much? Not
Yeah,
like
there was
number wise,
one-
but brand deals.
There was one brand
percentage.
deal that was a couple $100,000. Another brand deal that was a couple $100,000. It was a great month. Like, this does not happen every month. Literally not every month. AdSense was incredible. Then there was a brand deal that was a couple $100,000. Another brand deal that was a couple $100,000. I think another brand deal that was on the higher end of the 10Ks. And so that equates to, yeah, it would have been around close to, maybe not $1 million, but definitely around 750K, around there.
Wow, that's huge.
What's the biggest mistake you see creators making when they start to generate revenue? That might be holding them back.
Buying a Lamborghini.
Okay, the Lambo.
What, like, why? If you're gonna spend what, they're like 300K, 400K. If you get a wraps, like a super nice wrap, like 400K, why not put a down payment on a house that's gonna build you money, or like make an insanely awesome video or like movie even at that point that's gonna like sell in theaters or whatever. Like, love them, love this interview so much. But you guys are doing the smart thing. You're renting the cars, right? You're renting them. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Like
if I-
coming from Val's personal
Garage.
Yeah, right. Like,
stable.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, yeah, like, if you're a billionaire and like you just have to blow money and you're getting a sports car and like that's like nothing to you, then like, okay, that makes sense. Like, if it's a hobby and like, then good for you. But like, if you just made a couple $100,000 and you're putting that all into a sports car,
It's not going to lift the channel. It's not going to add to
why?
revenue.
That's why I'm so glad this didn't happen to me when I was like 18 years old or something.
And it's not just about saving. It's about
Investing
making it
in it.
work.
Yeah, making your money work for you. Like,
Yeah.
at that point, put it into a HISA or like a high yield savings account. Like, why spend it? I don't know.
So what is the, what are you working on right now? Give us the condensed version so we can let our audience know.
Yeah,
what
I'm
to be
creating an
checking out.
anime out of the Superpower Pills series that I made that's gotten over 1 billion views on its own as a series, and was probably, if not one of the most like viral series ever on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Awesome.
And then I am also doing lots of really big auditions for lots of really big things. I'm learning how to make music because that's something I want to get into.
Cool.
And
Wow.
yeah.
A lot of things on your plate, but
Yep.
thank you again for being here with us
Yeah, this
on
is
this
awesome.
podcast. Yeah,
Thanks so
this is
much.
awesome.
Oh, and also not stopping making videos. I'm gonna always make videos. I love making videos, and also
And we love watching your videos, so
Yeah.
please don't stop.
I will not stop. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the podcast. Remember to hit like and subscribe. I was told to say this, by the way. Thank you.
No, he wasn't. Yes, he was.
But please do it. It's a really good thing they're doing, and I think it's really cool.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Ian.
being here.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
See ya. Peace.
Raven.